When I was in the third grade, I was lucky enough to have experienced such an educator that helped me define a passion of mine, which spiraled into a future career path as I grew older. At 9 years old, I discovered that writing was a passion and a skill that I possessed through the excellent aid and teaching skills of Mrs. Lulo, my third grade teacher. From then on, I knew that this would be a path for me to follow for the entirety of my life. Come the sixth grade, I took my first creative writing class. It was a time in my life that I was finally able to release my creativity in a way I had always imagined. Being given free range to write and learn different forms of writing broadened my horizons and created a platform for me to build upon. From the 6th to the 8th grade, I took the same creative writing course once a semester, the assignments all differing from year to year. My creative writing teacher, Miss Solesic, advertised a writing contest in the 6th grade, which led me to my first entry in a writing competition. I wrote a story about a tradition my brother and I had in the wintertime. I entered the contest open-mindedly, preparing for the possibility that I may not win or place in it at all for that matter. It was a contest that ran nationally, and only 10 students at the middle school level would be chosen to have an individualized page published inside a book of essays. After months of awaiting results, it was to my surprise to discover that I actually had placed within the top 10 of the entire nation. To this day, I still own the book and see it as a milestone in the career path I am taking today. As high school approached, I still continued to write. When I received my first iTouch my freshman year, I began to write down small thoughts that popped into my head. Soon enough, those thoughts escalated into quoting literary geniuses such as Ayn Rand, Fitzgerald, and Plath, among many others. I even began observing what teachers, peers, friends, coworkers, family, anybody who I had interacted with that said something that caused my brain to churn. I'd write it down and quote them. Sophomore year, I was able to take another creative writing class, although this one more advanced than the one I had taken in middle school. I studied the likings of Robert Frost, Sylvia Plath, E. E. Cummings, Langston Hughes, and many more. I was introduced to a new form of writing called poetry, which changed my perspective on writing. As sophomore year faded into junior year, I made some incredulous discoveries. I was lucky to have experienced Miss Emily Eller as my junior year English teacher. Her technique, her passion, her teaching style, her assignments, her energy made me come to the conclusion that if a job is able to make someone that incredibly happy and can light up a room full of young faces, I wanted to be doing it. My first semester of my junior year, shortly after I even met Miss Eller, I switched into child development classes, which by the time I'd reached my senior year allowed me to go off campus and intern as a teacher's aide in an 8th grade junior high school classroom. The internship lasted throughout my senior year in high school. I enjoyed it incredibly much, and each time I'd leave my teaching site, I was always assured that I was doing exactly what I wanted to be doing. Teaching, enlightening, and engaging a room full of students gave me such an incredible rush and a feeling of contributing to society. It was a feeling I refused to let go of, so I have come to the conscious decision of being devoted to providing future students with a higher education in English.